All around the state, we are struggling with the economy. In many parts of our state, like communities throughout Sullivan County, economic difficulties were hitting us hard before the recession actually started. And it's tough on businesses and families that are here. And I know that the economic priorities of our rural communities have always been different, whether it's the aging infrastructure, the frozen credit markets, or the jobs that are being sent overseas. Our rural communities are too often cut off from the opportunities to grow and thrive. Just as I know how difficult this time is for families and businesses in rural communities, I also know about the amazing potential we have right here. From our long and profound manufacturing tradition to our vast fields and farmlands, our rural communities have so much potential to be a powerful economic engine for our state. Our agriculture sector alone generates about $4.5 billion for our state's economy each year. Some of the most innovative ideas and businesses that New York have to offer are products from our rural communities. That's why it's so important that we keep vital programs like the REAP zone in the Farm Bill. The REAP zone designation that helps us give regional priorities access to federal funding from the USDA to grow the local economy and revitalize rural communities. The REAP zone is one of 5 special economic development zones in the United States designated actually in the Farm Bill. This designation stimulates local economic and community development, prioritizing the grants of the USDA. Specifically, the REAP Zone program provides specialized technical assistance from the USDA designated around the country to assist in community development efforts, including rehabbing rural housing, developing local and regional food systems, supporting rural entrepreneurs and small businesses, and infrastructure improvements to community facilities, water and wastewater systems, and other similar projects that are critical to the area's overall economic development. The REAP Zone program also sets aside funds in various USDA programs that designated REAP Zone areas have special access to in order to make their investments in their community development initiatives. Organizations and communities throughout Sullivan County have worked together to take advantage of this important legislation. For example, Cornell Cooperative Extension of Sullivan County and the Liberty Community Development Corporation teamed up to create Eat Kitchen that will become part of Sullivan County's food hub and incubate new food industry and agricultural-related economic activity. It will support startups and connect small food entrepreneurs with the local agriculture community and enable them to scale up to a larger facility and larger production levels down the line. The IDA's Food Distribution Hub project will provide area farmers with an effective distribution line to move their goods to local and regional markets. All of these REAP-supported projects will help Sullivan County's economic growth, and I will continue to be a strong advocate for the REAP zone extension in the Farm Bill. I'd now like to introduce my colleague who cares deeply about our farmers, Congressman Chris Gibson.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Well, first of all, let me just extend how proud we are to have the senator here in Sullivan County. We deeply appreciate all her strong leadership. You know, this is just one dimension of a tremendous advocacy that Senator Gillibrand brings to agriculture. Just a wonderful staff that she has that advances agricultural pursuits, and this is one illustration today. Congratulations to the Cornell Cooperative Extension as part of this, and to all our local leaders, so many of them here today, not only in public service, but many of our small business owners. And as the senator mentioned, this is critically important. This zone has been directly responsible for some important initiatives, recent important initiatives. The Food Hub, also the meat processing facility, as the senator mentioned, infrastructure support, even helping Head Start. All of these initiatives giving special focus to Sullivan County and Meersing in southern Ulster County. You know, we opened up the office here, right here in this county, to give this kind of special emphasis, and it takes teamwork. Particularly now, we need to work together. And on this Farm Bill, I will tell you that both of our offices are working really hard to reach that important accommodation that needs to happen, so that we support our family farms, that we get a nutrition title that ensures we have food stamps for those who need that, and also in a way that the American people will be proud of. And I can tell you that the staffs on the House and Senate side have been meeting, and we expect that we will have a bill that we'll be able to send to the President this year. And it's vitally important that we do. For our dairy, and we have some dairy farmers here today, this marginal insurance framework is going to be important. If we ever have a moment again like we had last summer where we end up with droughts and spiking grain prices, we've got a marginal insurance framework to make sure that our family farms will flourish. Fruit and vegetables, it's critical that we support with crop insurance reform. I want to give credit to my colleague Sean Patrick Maloney. We've worked together on the House side, the Senator staff as well. Important that we do that for the Northeast. I mean, look, only 3 years ago in the Army, and I've studied farm bills, but I just think that we're finally making steps to get a farm bill that's good for the Northeast. And it's really important we do that we have special needs here in the Northeast, and that takes teamwork. That takes Republicans and Democrats working together in the House, in the Senate, with the President to get that done. So I couldn't be more proud to be standing here today to advance this cause. I appreciate the Senator's leadership. We wouldn't be where we are today about this program were it not for this Senator right here. And we can all say thank you for that. God bless you. Thank you.
Our next speaker is Greg Sander, Executive Director of Cornell Cooperative Extension of Sullivan County. Greg?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. And I just want to say thanks to everybody for coming today and waiting around. And we got a little rain, but so great to have you here. Thanks so much for coming. I want to quickly acknowledge a few people, our local legislators that have been tremendous in the support of Cornell. We have Kitty Vetter, who's actually on our board, and Cora Edwards. And who else is here today? Jean Benson is here. And Cindy Geiger. Thanks so much for coming. And then also we have the county manager Joshua Potosik here, and thanks so much, Josh, for coming by. I was told to be really brief, so what I want to say is thank you mainly to the Senator and to Congressman Gibson for listening to our request to support local food systems and local agriculture. And the Senator has served the first New York Senator, or the first Senator from New York to serve on this powerful Ag Senate Committee in
40 years?
40 years. So that's incredible, and what a great asset for New York, for her at the table fighting for local farmers. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
And on the kitchen, what's really important, we're announcing today the grant for the kitchen in the basement. What's exciting about it is it's a local project, but it's a partnership with Liberty CDC and other local leaders. So we see Cornell as partnering with others to lift up this issue of food security and sustainable agriculture, and really promoting entrepreneurship and new creative ways to launch businesses and incubators here in Sullivan County.